What's up everybody, I'm Josh Elkin. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making my take on Nashville style hot chicken tenders with a dipping sauce, some crinkle cut french fries, and a super easy red cabbage slaw. Let's get on with the recipe.
Alright, well, there's a few different ways that you can achieve crinkle cut fries. The easiest path of least resistance way is going to your grocery store and getting a frozen bag of potatoes, or you can check out the link in the description down below, head over to my Amazon page and buy your very own crinkle cut knife, which you can make crinkle cut french fries with. But regardless what shape the french fry is, soak them in water to release the starch, which will ultimately make them crispier while they fry. And while those potatoes soak, I'm going to make the wet dredge for the chicken, so I got some buttermilk over here with a little bit of pickle juice. I'm going to add some hot sauce and an egg. Now these are chicken tenders, right? Usually that's the breast cut down into smaller pieces, but this recipe will work for any boneless, skinless chicken. For example, you could easily do this with the thigh. Grocery stores even sell straight up cut, trimmed, ready to go chicken tenders. In this case, I'm using chicken breasts and just cutting them down to size. Now the chicken's gonna sit in that wet dredge and just tenderize, and in the interim of that, I'm gonna make another bowl for the dry dredge, which is gonna have all-purpose flour, a little bit of paprika, garlic powder, and salt and pepper. But that's not what's in this bowl. What I'm doing here is making the mixture for the creamy coleslaw. I got some Dijon mustard, a little bit of red wine vinegar, some mayonnaise, and a little bit of sugar. And I'm just gonna toss that with some red cabbage and some shredded carrots. The key to every coleslaw is to toss it every few minutes so that the carrots and the cabbage can get fully submerged in that delicious sauce that we made. Now the slaw just needs to sit and marinate, and we're gonna get back to the french fries, and I'm gonna drain them from the water. And the key is, guys, to make sure they're as dry as possible. You put wet potatoes in a deep fryer, you're asking for problems. Another tip and trick to making the crispiest, most delicious french fries is frying them twice. You want to cook the inside at 300 degrees and then take them out, raise the temperature up to 375, and then drop them back in, and that will give you the ultimate crispy french fry. Now, what makes fried chicken Nashville style? There's two things. One, the seasoning that you use after it comes out of the deep fryer, and two, it's the hot oil that you coat the chicken with after it comes out of the oil as well. This will also determine how spicy you want your chicken. After a little while and the chicken has been tenderizing in that liquid, we're going to take it out and submerge it in the dry batter. The key to making fried chicken, guys, is pressing in the flour into the chicken. This will give it that delicious crust. Even sometimes you want to double dredge it by putting it back in the liquid and then back in the seasoned flour once again. When the fries are done, the cardinal rule is to instantly season them with some salt, but in this case, I'm actually going to season them in our Nashville style seasoning, just to add a little bit more oomph to those potatoes. Okay, chicken is dredged and primed to start frying. I'm going to dip it into this hot oil. It's 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to cook it for exactly 5 minutes. Remember I was talking about adding hot oil to the seasoning? Well, this is that time. Take a ladle, add it to the bowl with a little bit of that Nashville style seasoning and some butter, mix it all together, and as soon as the chicken comes out of the fryer, I'm gonna coat it in this mixture and then hit it with some more seasoning. A lot of the times if you go to a Nashville chicken restaurant, they're gonna dip it in a big vat of this liquid, and I just don't have that, so I'm gonna use a basting brush to achieve this. Also, this is where you determine how spicy you really want this to be, by adding less or more of the Nashville style seasoning. And for the dipping sauce, I'm gonna go classic tangy and peppery by combining some mayonnaise, a little bit of ketchup, some Worcestershire sauce, and of course some black pepper. I know it sounds super simple, but it's also super delicious.
Now this is not traditional Nashville hot chicken. It has nothing to do with that, other than me being inspired by the flavors, textures, the idea. And here's what we got. Some perfectly cooked crinkle cut french fries. Check out the link in the description for the crinkle cut french fry maker. Some easy red cabbage slaw. Some really delicious chicken tenders, which I've made in the past, but not quite like this. And an incredibly delicious dipping sauce. You can take my word for it, or you can check out the link in the description down below. Head over to recipechampions.com where this recipe is published. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed these Nashville style hot chicken tenders. Bye.